As Harvest Fest in Smallville arrives, Luthor approaches Lois while the missing Derek reappears with more than he left with. Hello, everybody. I'm Steve from VALHARTV, and today I'll be reviewing Superman and Lois, Episode 5. So this episode starts out with Clark monologuing about loving Smallville in the fall, how it's changing of the season, and how it's the last warmth before the cold and stuff. So I actually thought that was really good. Because they do show shots of him farming and of somebody farming. I'm not sure if it's on his farm or not. I think it is. And then he comes in this scene right here, and he's really excited about the annual Harvest Fest coming up, and the Kents are actually getting ready for it, which I thought was really cool. And again, Clark is super excited about it. He's trying to psych up the kids, about it and telling them all about what's going on and what happens there. And even Lois is a little excited because of Clark. And but she's also heard all these stories before they did. And of course, Jonathan and them are, not really sure about it. They're like, it sounds like it's just something where people sell stuff and not much of a festival. And Clark's like, no. He's like, this is the weekend that everyone gets together and helps each other out. It's not just about selling stuff. They actually help people in need and give things to people that need stuff. So I really thought that was good, because you can see that he's really trying to teach them about like the right things to do, about helping people out and what it means to help people out. And even Lois turns around and actually says, your dad's not super just because he's Superman. And I thought that was really good. I really liked that that whole exchange in this scene. Lois and Chrissy continue with the Morgan Edge story. Even after we see Cheryl Powell come in with her son, Derek, who he mysteriously returns out of nowheres. And he doesn't even know about the voicemails that he sent his mother. And, she's like, well, they said with a head trauma, that's, normal sometimes. And, Lois really isn't buying it, of course. And neither is Chrissy, actually. So we see them continue pursuing this story and the mystery of it. And at the same time, we end up seeing Luthor find Lois and approach her about helping her with the Morgan Edge story. And, of course, she's kind of interested, excuse me, but she's also suspicious because he kind of really pushes the whole angle with Superman on her. So I really thought that was an interesting thing for him to do right off the bat after approaching her. And we also actually end up learning something about his past as well because of this exchange that they do. So I thought this was really good for this. But Clark's conflict with Jonathan inspires a whole bunch of flashbacks of Clark's final days in Smallville, when he apparently had similar clashes with his mother. They're sprinkled throughout the whole episode in key moments where Clark's shutting a window, or he looks at a box and just starts really kind of thinking about everything that's been going on. So he really honestly cares about what's going on with his sons. But at the same time, like, we've been watching Jonathan's life unravel pretty much since the first episode, like this whole time. And this is my one criticism about this episode. He's been struggling a lot throughout each of the episodes with moving to Smallville, losing all of his friends, then getting sidelined during football because of his brother joining. And something happens in this episode that really makes it all come to a head, and he just lashes out at everybody. And even at one point, he ends up turning around and ruining Jordan's night out with Sarah. And I think they really need to give Jonathan a break. I mean, they just keep having bad things happen to him. And you really can't, because, there are good times and there are bad times. Even when you're a teenager, sometimes there are more bad than good, but there's always some good things that happen too. And Jonathan, can make new friends. He can do new things, but, I think they really need to give him a break. This is really like, 4 episodes. We've already seen him literally his life just unraveling, and he doesn't really know how to deal with it. And now the 5th episode's the same thing. I wasn't extremely happy about it. I have mixed emotions about this part, but I really think that they need to give him a break. But the effects in this were still good. I liked them. They weren't a lot of special effects. One scene we get with Derek in a machine, and he's getting bombarded with some kind of like radiation. So it's like all surrounding him and stuff, and we see things like that. But we also get like a couple of scenes with heat vision, and we get a scene with cold breath. So they're not like real super special effects, but they were still pretty good. And the music, I actually thought this was pretty good in this. Each of the episodes have been pretty good so far, but this one, it actually highlighted the dramatic moments with Jonathan, I think, a little bit better. And a little bit more in this episode. The acting, I thought, was great in this. We get a really good performance from Kyle Cushing. His friend that's in the fire company with him got hurt during a fire, and they don't know if he's going to be able to come back to the company or not. So he's really emotional, and he ended up getting drunk. And he ends up spending a little time with Sarah, and they both get a little emotional. And Sarah, of course, being a teenager, is like, "Stop, Dad, I've got to go." So she leaves. And so I thought I thought that was pretty good. I do like the Cushings, and especially Lana Lang in this as well. So we also get a really good performance from Luthor. He's literally trying to pretend to be some kind of like journalist for like he covered mostly business articles and things like that, but he's really trying to get in with Lois, and he really has a good emotional scene in this as well. But I thought Jonathan was the best in this whole episode. He was really great in this. His life is literally unraveling, and he just lashes out at everybody. And then afterwards, he's like really sorry about it. So you can really tell that Clark and Lois are raising these kids to be good people, and they're raising them the right way, because after he's done lashing out, he literally tries to apologize to the entire family for like everything he did, to Jordan, to his parents, and with all the flashbacks, Clark is like, "Hey, you know what? It's okay. You're not in trouble. I went through similar things with my mother, so I get it, But he's like, let's step back, take a look at things. If things do not improve, then we'll talk about other options. But he's like, we got to give this a chance, So he literally apologized, which I thought was amazing. And we get a little bit more of Clark's past from when he was a kid throughout the flashbacks. And this really helped with Jonathan, I thought. I really did like this aspect. We also get a little bit more of Luthor's past, which I think was really good, especially seeing how he's trying to keep tabs on Lois because of Superman. And the Morgan Edge mystery is deepening in this, as we see Leslie Lar, which is his assistant, experiment on Derek. So I really thought this was good. I can't wait to see next episode. I would give this episode an 8 out of 10. This was a good episode overall. If you guys like what I do, please hit the like button and subscribe, as I'll be doing more content each week. And leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought about this. Take care for now, everybody.